Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Ken here.
And I'm Mia. Thanks for tuning in again. Today's episode is especially exciting because we're tackling something a lot of our viewers might relate to: job interviews for first-time job seekers and recent graduates.
That's right. We know how intimidating job interviews can be, especially when you're just starting out. Maybe you've got zero work experience, or maybe you're feeling unsure about how to present yourself. But trust us, there are ways to make a strong impression, even if you're just out of school.
Exactly. And don't worry, you don't need to have years of experience or a long resume to land a great job. What you need is the right mindset, a little preparation, and the confidence to showcase your potential.
And that's exactly what we're going to help with today. We'll go over some common interview questions, and we'll show you how to answer them in a way that makes you sound confident, even if you don't have much experience. To make things even simpler, we'll give you example answers to common interview questions. Just pause the video, write them down, and use them as a guide to help you craft your own answers. We've added timestamps in the description, so you can jump straight to specific parts of the video whenever you need to review something.
Sounds good, Ken. Let's dive right in and start breaking down those interview questions.
First up is the classic question: tell me about yourself. This one can be a little tricky, right? It sounds simple, but it can throw you off because you might not know what to say, especially when you don't have much professional experience yet.
The key to answering this question is to keep it professional and focused on what you bring to the table. Even if you're fresh out of school, don't go into your personal life too much. Talk about your education, your skills, and any internships or volunteer work that's relevant to the job. You can even mention your passion for the field.
Let me show you how it could go. Here's an example. Hi, I'm Ken. I recently graduated with a degree in business administration, where I focused on marketing. During my time in school, I worked on several group projects where I learned how to manage timelines, collaborate with others, and communicate ideas effectively. I also completed an internship at ABC Corp, where I assisted the marketing team with social media strategies, and I helped increase engagement by 20% over 3 months. I'm really excited to bring my enthusiasm for marketing and my problem-solving skills to this role.
I love that. Notice how Ken kept it relevant to the job and highlighted both his academic background and any real-world experience. You want to show that even though you might be a first-timer, you've got transferable skills.
Exactly. And if you've worked on any personal projects, like a blog or volunteer work, don't be afraid to bring those up too. It all counts.
Next up is a common question. What are your strengths? It might feel awkward to talk about yourself in this way, especially if you're a first-time job seeker, but this is actually a great opportunity to show your potential.
That's right. Even if you don't have years of experience, you definitely have strengths. Maybe you're a quick learner, you're great at working in teams, or you're particularly detail-oriented. Think about the qualities that will make you a good fit for the job.
And be sure to connect your strengths to the role you're applying for. For example, if you're applying for a customer service job, you could say, "I'm a great listener and I enjoy helping others solve problems." In school, I often helped classmates understand tough concepts, and I found it really rewarding to see them succeed. I think these communication and problem solving skills will help me provide excellent service to your customers.
That's a great example. You're not just saying, I'm a good communicator. You're backing it up with a real-life example. Even if it's from your time in school, it shows you've got the skills needed for the job.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to mention things like your enthusiasm for learning or your ability to stay organized. Those are big strengths too.
Now, this one might be a bit trickier, right? What are your weaknesses? Nobody likes talking about their weaknesses, especially when you're just starting out.
Yeah, but remember, everyone has weaknesses. It's okay to admit them. The important thing is to show that you're aware of them and you're actively working to improve.
Exactly. The worst thing you can do is pretend you don't have any weaknesses. It'll just sound like you're not being honest. For example, you could say something like, I sometimes struggle with time management when I have multiple tasks at once. I've been working on this by using to-do lists and setting reminders to stay organized. And I'm definitely getting better at prioritizing tasks.
That's a solid answer. You're acknowledging the weakness, but also showing that you're taking steps to improve. Maybe you're still learning to manage your time, but you're actively working on it.
You could also mention something like being a perfectionist, if that's your issue. For example, I tend to be a perfectionist, which means I spend extra time making sure everything is just right. I've been learning to balance quality with efficiency by setting clearer priorities and deadlines for myself. This way, I ensure I deliver high-quality work on time without getting stuck on small details.
That's a great example, too. It's about showing your self-awareness and your desire to improve.
Next question. Why do you want to work here? This one might sound simple, but a lot of people get it wrong. It's important to show that you've researched the company and that you're genuinely interested in their mission or values.
Exactly. Don't just say, I need a job, or because you're hiring. That's not going to impress anyone. Instead, connect your answer to the company's values or the role itself.
For example, I've been following your company for a while, and I admire your commitment to sustainability. As someone who is passionate about environmental issues, I would love to contribute to your efforts in creating eco-friendly solutions. I also believe that the values of your company align with my own, and I'm excited about the opportunity to work with a team that shares those values.
That's a really good answer. It shows that you've done your homework, and it ties your personal values to the company's mission. Companies love that.
Now let's talk about, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This question can be tricky because you don't want to sound like you're aiming for a different role or that you're just in it for the short term.
Indeed, as a fresh graduate, you might not know exactly where you want to be in 5 years, and that's okay. But it's important to show that you're eager to grow with the company.
You could say, in 5 years, I hope to have grown in my role and taken on more responsibilities. I'm eager to learn and take on new challenges, and I'm excited about the potential to grow with this company as I develop my skills.
That's perfect. You're showing that you're not just looking for a job, you're looking for an opportunity to learn and develop. And companies love candidates who are eager to grow.
Let's wrap up with a good one. How do you handle stress or pressure? This is a big one for many entry-level roles, especially when you're still getting used to the work environment.
Yes, everyone handles stress differently, and interviewers want to know that you can stay calm and productive even when things get tough.
You could say something like, "When I'm under pressure, I try to stay organized and prioritize my tasks. I've found that breaking a large task into smaller, manageable steps helps me stay focused. For instance, during group projects in school, I would break down the assignment into sections, delegate tasks, and set deadlines to make sure everything got done on time."
I love that. You're showing that you can handle stress by staying organized and focusing on the task at hand. It's a great approach.
Time for a quick recap. Today, we went through some of the most common interview questions for fresh graduates and first-time job seekers. We covered how to answer, "Tell me about yourself." "What are your strengths?" "What are your weaknesses?" "Why do you want to work here?" "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" "How do you handle stress?"
Just a quick reminder. You can always go back and check out the example answers we've shared. Don't forget there are timestamps in the description to make it easier for you to jump to specific parts of the lesson. Feel free to pause the video, repeat the phrases out loud, and use them to help you structure your own answers.
Exactly. Take your time with it. The more you practice, the more natural it'll feel. And remember, you don't have to follow it word for word. Just use it as a guide to make your responses sound smooth and confident.
Another thing to remember is that even if you don't have a ton of experience, you still have a lot to offer. Whether it's your education, your enthusiasm, or the skills you've developed through projects or internships, there's always something you can bring to the table.
That's right. Job interviews are your chance to showcase not just your skills, but your potential. Be confident, be prepared, and don't be afraid to highlight what makes you unique.
If you found this video helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about job interviews, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
Good luck with your interviews, everyone. You've got this.
Stay confident, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next one.